Chicago.
What's up, Seekers? It's Alex Panos, and I'm here with your Suicide Squad review. So this weekend, I went over to Fort Collins, which isn't too far from here, and saw Suicide Squad in an XD Cinemark Theater Bistro. And first off, I have to say that was like one of the coolest experiences I've ever had at a theater. Like, I've never been to the whole theater slash bistro type deals where you could order food from your seat, a big recliner. Even my fat ass could sit in and have a good time. That was awesome. So I won't be seeing any movies in any other format from here on out. But anyway, go back to the movies. So this weekend, I really liked Suicide Squad. I thought it was a really cool movie. I don't get the critic bashing of Suicide Squad. I don't understand it. I don't know. Like, I mean, DC fanboy here. Hard to sit here and not say that I just feel like they're really hard on DC movies, and I don't really understand why. There's really no reason for it. People will say, well, they like Marvel, blah, 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 it's Disney, whatever. I don't really see that there's a reason for it. I just don't know if maybe the same group of critics is reviewing these movies, and we're just not hitting the same marks. This was not a perfect movie. It definitely had its issues. But man, it was good. It was entertaining, and I had a lot of fun. And that's what you go to a Suicide Squad movie for. It was in the sense it's getting compared to Guardians of the Galaxy in the sense where it's just a fun movie. And in that comparison, Guardians is the better movie, probably of the two. But it was still like, again, I went to Guardians to go see a fun movie, a talking fucking raccoon. So I had a lot of fun with this movie. But let's talk some of the characters. Harley Quinn, that's going to be the big one that everybody's talking about because Margot Robbie crushed it. Crushed it. She is absolutely, her and probably Will Smith as Deadshot are the standouts here, and Jared Leto, but he just doesn't have a lot of screen time, but she nailed it. I loved everything about this rendition of Harley Quinn. She was, the ditzy Harley Quinn, but she was actually very intelligent, and they showed that in a couple different ways. That she was very smart. She was just legitimately crazy, and that I think is a cool kind of dynamic to the character that I was really wondering if she could pull off, and she does it. And she's hot as shit. I mean, let's be honest. Margot Robbie nailed it, and Harley Quinn's a very sexualized, very sexy character, and she brought every bit of that. So I was really, really impressed with her, and like I said, the Deadshot. We're going to Deadshot in the middle, but if we're going to talk Harley Quinn, we got to talk Joker. That dynamic between those two was handled so well. I really like this Joker Harley Quinn take that they went on this, because it's not exactly pulled exactly from the comic books. Now, there is a scene, and you guys will know exactly what I'm talking about, that is pulled from an Alex Ross comic. It is one of the coolest. I lost my shit when the scene happened. You'll catch it. You'll know exactly what I mean when it happens. But the Joker in this is different than any Joker we've ever seen. And his relationship with Carly is a little bit more intimate than we're used to. We're kind of used to the Joker being annoyed and loving Harley Quinn to a point, but more annoyed with Harley Quinn because she's around. That's how it was in the Batman animated series when Harley made her debut. So, but in this one, he genuinely is in love with her, and nothing's going to stop him from getting his Harley back. And I thought that was really cool. But Leto's Joker is genuinely fucking creepy. In a good way, in my opinion. I liked his Joker. I really did. This new Joker take I really did. I thought it was genuinely terrifying. He was scary. I liked the mob boss aspect of it. He still ran his own crew, kind of, and he was the boss, but he was fucking nuts. And Jared Leto just, hits it right on the head. He's just crazy. A lot of people are bashing him. I wouldn't say a lot of people are bashing him. I see more likes than I do dislikes, but we're hearing the Juggalo Joker and things like that, and I don't really get that. I don't know. I don't think it's one comment I heard was wannabe gangster. I'm like, well, I think in the context of running your own crew, being the head of a mob, and being able to do that's kind of that is the definition kind of a gangster, right? I don't know. I thought it was awesome. The other two characters I want to spend a little bit of time talking about is Deadshot, Will Smith, did Will Smith. You either like him or you hate him. I love him. I thought he was amazing. He brought Will Smith to the role. He brought charisma to the role. He made you care about Floyd. And here's the cool thing. And I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys, but he's probably the one that tips to the side. And I was worried about this with this movie. Tips to the side of not a villain in this movie, right? Because I was kind of like, okay, how are we all going to care about these characters and not make them some sort of heroes? Well, he's the one that tips toward that side the most. But here's the thing. There's a scene at the end of the movie where it shows him exactly what he wants. Like, he has a vision. And that scene shows you that he still is truly a villain. What he wants is exactly what the villain inside of him wants. Not the good guy, not the father, the villain. And so it kind of recapped that they're still the bad guys. That was really cool. He really portrayed Deadshot well. I really like this version of Deadshot. I love this Deadshot. Joker, Harley, Deadshot, and Waller were my favorite characters. And let's talk about Waller. This is an evil Waller. This is the Waller we're talking about now. If you're into DC Comics at all, you understand that Waller is probably the second scariest human being on the planet next to Batman. Maybe the first at some points, because she will cross lines that Batman won't cross. And they show it in this movie. She is no holds barred. It's balls against the walls. That is a bad bitch. She does not mess around. She's evil. She's the villain of this movie. She is the villain of this movie, and she plays it perfectly. The actual villain of the movie is going to be Enchantress, and we're going to go into that in just a second, but she is the true villain of this movie, and she is perfect as a villain. I love this version of Amanda Waller. We've seen a couple of them. We saw, I believe in Smallville, there was one Arrow. So we've seen a couple different versions of Amanda Waller. This one beats it hands down. Oh, Green Lantern was another version, which most people just want to forget about that movie completely, I guess. I liked it, but whatever. But this version of Amanda Waller is on the nose. She's terrifying. And she gets people to do what they want, which they don't want to do. And that's what Amanda Waller is, that's her job. A couple small things. I won't go in that deep into everybody. Croc was really cool. I liked Croc. My wife really liked Croc. He was really one-dimensional, but he was a killer Croc. How deep do you have to get? He visually looked awesome, though. I think he was really cool looking. Diablo, they nailed him, man. They did really good with Diablo. The pacifist that he had become after what had happened to him. They really captured that with him, and I liked it. I really liked him. Jai Courtney's Boomerang was Jai Courtney. He was okay. He's a good filler. He's not... he was funny. He had his funny moments, but it wasn't anything off the... nothing jumped off the screen. Slipknot is Slipknot. There's not much to say about him. You'll know what I mean when you see the movie. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, but he's kind of a throwaway character. We all knew that going in. And then Rick Flag was... I didn't think I was going to like Rick Flag's character at all in this, and I actually ended up liking it quite a bit. It was pretty decent. He portrayed it pretty well. He's a little thin as a character. He didn't have really, and this isn't really spoiling anything. They tell you this right away at the first part of the movie, but he's in love with Enchantress, or the body that Enchantress is possessing, and I don't know, man. He was a real hard ass, and then he was a real soft ass, and he was a real hard ass, and he was kind of not, and he was just kind of like, there was no streamline to his character. I just felt like he was kind of thin. Like, he was just kind of, whatever scene that he was in, his character kind of molded to that scene. I didn't like that, but it was okay. It was doable. It was watchable. It wasn't anything bad. Enchantress. That's one thing we got. So Enchantress is the villain of the film, and I'm not spoiling any of that for you guys. You'll find that out in the first 10 minutes of the movie, and so, I apologize if you guys thought that was a spoiler, but she's the villain of the film, and man, she has two forms. Again, you will know what I'm talking about when you go see it. I do not want to spoil it too much, but she has two forms, and her, the form that you initially see is one of the coolest scenes in the movie. there's a clip of there out there right now, and it's when June first turns into Enchantress. That is probably one of the coolest visual effects of the movie. Very cool. And that version of Enchantress is badass. The other version of Enchantress that I'm talking about was just weird and kooky and like dancing and fucking just, it was strange. I don't know where they were headed with it. Didn't like it. You know, who she's paired up with, the other villain, you know, is very one-dimensional. The villain falls flat here hard. You know, I said again early in the video that Amanda Waller was the real villain of this movie, and I truly believe that. But the big bad that they were going against just wasn't there. I mean, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. She didn't have a real big clear motive. That was where this movie really suffered with its big bad, and that was, I mean, that and like the plot was really rushed. There was a lot of characters in here, and they had to shove all of this into the first part of the film and kind of let you know what was going on. And they were like in sixth gear, like right off the bat, just go, 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 go. And I was kind of like, okay, this is going to be a fast-ass paced movie. And then they kind of slam the brakes and then shove it back into your throat. Like, it's just, there's a weird transition in the movie, and it's paced kind of strange in the sense that, like I said, it is full throttle at the beginning of the film. Like, we are passing through people, we're getting to know people, there's information on the screen, it's all fast, and then there's kind of a lull, and then it kind of doesn't go as fast as it was in the first part, but it, you know, hits the gas again. It's paced kind of strange, and you know, in telling them what was going on in the film, you know, it showed how they were captured, most of them, and Batman. This is where Batman's cameos are all over the place, and there's another hero's cameo in this, and I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but it was cool that they incorporated another part of the Justice League, and it's nobody that you think. So it's not anybody that we've really seen. It's not Wonder Woman. I know that's what everybody, I think, was thinking. As far as that's what I thought it was, because I didn't know they didn't have footage of other people, but it's not. It's a cool cameo of a different character from the Justice League that helps catch part of the Suicide Squad, and that was pretty cool. That was neat. I mean, all the backstories were cool. They just didn't have enough time, and I get that. You know, you're taking 12, or, you know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 characters, trying to shove the backstory of all of them into the first 45 minutes of the movie. That's hard, and so I get it. But I think could have just been paced a little bit better. And they definitely show, you know, the Joker, Harley, Deadshot, and those are the real. They really focus on those characters. You get a lot of time with those characters and kind of a little bit more, you know, like Croc. There's not a whole big backstory with Croc. Boomerang, not a whole lot there. You know, Waller, no backstory at all. So, the cameos were cool. The villain and the plot was just, there's a cool plot twist in it. But other than that, there's not a whole, and it all comes back to the villain. I don't understand what her plan was. I don't understand why. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's just, she's weird, and the villain, it goes back to the villain because the whole plot is to take down the villain, I guess, kind of. And they fall flat there, too. And I think it's because the villain was so bad. But the way, you know, on their way to the villain is cool. The fight scenes were amazing. The action was crazy. The characters were good. They're well-rounded. There wasn't a character that I really didn't like other than second version of Enchantress, you know. Oh, Katana. I left out Katana. Not a whole lot of backstory there, but she was cool as shit. I mean, she had some cool scenes. Not a whole lot, but again, all of these characters were cool. It was fun to watch them all on screen, and it was just a turn your brain off and have a good time movie, and they nailed that. I think they did good. I mean, this is a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10. Is, you know, this movie is. Is it perfect? No way. Is it good? Absolutely. It was very good. I thought it was awesome, and it's not just me being a DC fan. I thought it was really cool, and there's definitely interconnections to the rest of the DCU, and I don't think that I didn't think that they were really shoehorned in. There's an end credits scene that's kind of stupid, but yeah, I liked it, man. I did. I'll go on record and say I liked it. I liked the Suicide Squad. I'll be buying that one when it comes out. You know, it wasn't Deadpool. It wasn't Guardians. You know, we always go back to this Marvel versus DC thing, but Man, I'll say it like I've been saying it all year. It's just a good time to be a nerd. Just enjoy it all. They don't all have to be home runs. And according to box office numbers, this thing was a home run. I think it was it opened at 131 million, I think. So it's pretty much made its money back already. So there you go. But anyway, what did you guys think about the Suicide Squad? Who's your favorite character? Did you like the Joker? Did you hate the Joker? Did you like Harley? What did you guys think? I'd love to hear from you. Love to talk to you about it. Am I way off? Let me know. Like, subscribe to the videos for more. We got more coming at you. World of Warcraft, I just jumped back into that, and Legion is right around the corner, so I'm going to let you guys know what I think about that here soon. Marcus is coming back from vacation, so hopefully we can get back together with you guys and get this thing back on the train, or get this train back on the tracks as far as videos. And yeah, so a lot of good things to come, guys. So let me know what you thought. Like and subscribe. Always, we need the subscribers. We're getting there. We're almost to our goal. So keep going. And we'll see you next time. So this is Alex Panos. I'm signing off, guys. We'll see you next time.